the two broad themes that were started in 2013 will continue to be the focus of this government from an economic standpoint. One is to make sure that we reduce the overall cost of doing business in this country. And that is something that the private sector demands, will continue to demand, because for us to remain competitive, not only in the continent, but globally, we've got to make sure that Kenya becomes one of the lowest cost destinations to do business. And there are places where today we are able to compete on a global scale. There are others where we're able to compete on an African platform, and others where we're not doing so well. But over time, our ambition is to make sure that we continue to drive this agenda of making Kenya the place where investors love, want to come and do business, and be able to make the most returns for their shareholders. So it's a challenge for this sector, it's a challenge for the regulators and other stakeholders to make sure that we can continue to build into that. So, just imagine if we are covering 15% of population today and the asset base is about 1 trillion shillings. If you are to increase that coverage to 30%, you could potentially have a 2 trillion shilling asset base. That would be so much needed in this country.
Most Kenyans are sleepwalking to disaster. We want to engage with the trustees and the sponsors of retirement funds. Firstly, in terms of improving the design of our funds, but secondly, to engage with trustees of retirement funds on how they can influence and improve the outcomes of their members, whether it is through investment strategy, whether it is through influencing behavior. And these are things that we have done a lot of work on. To this end, the focus of our annual retirement conference this year will be on rethinking retirement. We want to engage with other stakeholders, with the government, with policymakers, because after all, our higher purpose is to create a financially secure and prosperous society. What I've described is not unique to Kenya. The challenges we face are cross-cutting and apply to many other countries in Africa. As Zamara, we believe we're well positioned to bring our expertise to the rest of Africa.